Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you all so much for the support on the last video, by the way. I did not expect it to do that good because my other videos never did, and I did put a lot of effort into them, but sure. If I get attention, I get attention. Doesn't really matter how I get it, but whatever. Let's talk about how I got into the Balisong community and what sparked my interest in the hobby. So I first originally started off mid 2019. It was in summer, I think. I hung out with some friends of mine, and then one of my friends just pulled out a Lego Balisong that he made, and I got curious, so I wanted to try it. That is when I learned the double rollout and the Zen rollover, Y2K, and all of that. So when I got home from that day, I took out my Lego sets, tried making one myself, watched YouTube tutorials, and that is where my interest originally sparked. So I kept flipping with the Lego Belly, just learned the rollover tricks behind the 8-ball and all of that, helix and stuff. But then eventually, another friend of mine decided that it would be cool if we made one out of popsicle sticks. That did actually turn out really good. They were actually good for being homemade and by popsicle sticks. So we flipped those for a while until my birthday party came up. And that is when I got my first Bally. It was from my aunt that her friend had apparently snuck one from Spain into Norway. I'm not sure how he did it, but it was a live blade. And it did look like a Tac 2 Bally, but it was like this short. It was really short, and the handles were made out of steel, I think. And the blade was like super light compared to the handles, so it was like deadly handle buys. All the weights were on the handle, and that was my first Bally. It was obviously not made for flipping, but I was able to learn most of my tricks on it. That's actually where I learned the scissor and twirl a little bit. I kind of got the technique for twirl down when I did that trick with that one. So I had that one for a really long time. I really wanted to buy a trainer because, yeah, of course, I really like cutting myself, and I just want to flip when I feel bored and not having to worry to cut myself when I do something wrong. So, yeah, I had that Tac 2 looking Bally for a good while, and then note that during this time there wasn't many makers. I only knew about Swix, Swixco, Hypex, and Squid. And during the time I originally flipped, the Nautilus recently came out. So keep that in mind. There was not many options out there, and everything was pretty expensive for a 14-year-old at the time. 14, 13-year-old. So that is when, after some time, I just decided, okay, let's just put it away and forget about it. I don't really like doing this anymore because the bell I have right now is shit, and I can't really do tricks properly. So I just put it away and just forgot about it for like 2 years. But then I found it in my room. Then I just tried flipping it again, tried a little rollover since I still had it. I was hella rusty, but it worked. So that is when my interest sparked again. So then I started making a new Instagram account, which at the start was pretty confusing with the names. So yeah, the names were definitely something confusing with the account. But until I hang out with some other friends of mine that started talking about my account and how I should really make this into something that I should be committed into, because I can actually make some cool accomplishments with this thing. And then he recommended that I should come up with a name that would have some sort of symmetry with the letters. So he thought like a Y could be shaped like this, something a Balisong could shape into to be a letter. Then he came up with Yale, or Yale, or however you want to pronounce it. It's up to you, but I intended it was pronounced Yale. So it was like this. That made him come up with the letter Y as the first letter of the name. And yeah, I just kept it as Yale since that day, which is a long time ago now. I just thought it was cool, it was unique, it was creative, and I just kept it that way since that day. And that is what you know me as now. So I took a 2-year break, basically, to where I'm at now. And then I got my first flippable Balisong, which was a clone, the Bali Plus Squid Trainer clone. It was actually good at the start until I was able to try other Balisongs. Then I just noticed it was dead neutral. You couldn't do fans like this with it. It was so neutral. It was absolutely wild. And it wasn't really responsive. It wasn't. You really had to put some effort into the tricks if you wanted to do them good. But I did have that one for a while, until a good fellow flipper, Blocks Toys. I'll link his Instagram in the bio or in the description. That he decided that he wanted to either buy me a new clone or send over an Arctic. And I said, oh my god, an original product? Shit, I want that. Send over the Arctic. And he just did it, free of charge. I had to pay the import fees though, but whatever, that doesn't really matter at this context. So he actually just decided to send over an Arctic to me. I never understood the reason why, but I'm still incredibly grateful for it. I still do not have it now, as I did reconnect with one of the friends that I made the popsicle Balisongs with, and he asked me if I still have Balisongs, and I said yes, and yeah, we kind of reconnected in that way, because I haven't talked to him in like 3 years since that. So I decided to sell him the Arctic to get him back to flipping. So the Arctic is definitely a big step in my current journey, at least, from where I am now to what will come in the future. Still, again, I'm still incredibly grateful for what Blocks Toys was willing to do, just for me to have something good to flip. I'm still incredibly grateful for that. Thank you so much, Block Toys, if you're watching this. I still remember it. I still get to try it from time to time, but I have grown to not liking chunky handles as much. This one has pretty thin handles, so it is definitely my style. Fits my style a little more than chunky handles does. But still, it did mean a whole lot. It did a lot for me. It meant a lot, and it made me do a big step in my journey. Yeah, that is basically how I got started into Balisong flipping and where I am right now. It's not more to say actually. But thank you for watching, and thank you all so much again for the likes and the comments and views on the last video. Hoping this one will do as good. And if you came this far in the video, thank you so much for watching 10 minutes of me just talking about how I came into the Balisong hobby. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.